the blood for them pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blood for them pointing fingers. Number 7 stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then who? Number 8 stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then who? All the cookie pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blood, so them pointing fingers. I say money pointing fingers. I say money pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blood, so them pointing fingers. Number 9 stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then they me. It got to be you. They me. It got to be you. All the cookie pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blood, so them pointing fingers. I say money pointing fingers. I say money pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blood, so them pointing fingers. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. This time, get rid of the cookie monster. 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 Who put this country in this crisis? Who put this country in this crisis? The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to
Let's put our country to to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
If it is that frustration does make you want to shout when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. Before they misuse out, cheap up, sell out and mix out. If it you who vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. All of them, vote them out.
You know what to do when the time comes, eh? Yeah, we've got to do what we've got to do, huh?
Put them out in Scarborough and in Portland.
Yeah, well, we voted them out in, yeah, all over Grenada, yeah.
Put them out in Comuto.
Vote them out in Carriacou.
Let's put our country together again.
Oh, I just see what's happening, yeah. You understand how I could touch the mute button? Yes, indeed, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. Those of you joining us via 91.9, 91.5 Real FM, we say a special, gracious Grenadian good night to you. Good night to you, Mr. Andre Donald, and the entire staff up there at Real 91.9, 91.5, keeping it real. Also, our listeners out there in Brooklyn, via We Noise Radio, we say a special good night to you. And in fact, not just in Brooklyn, I remember you could get We Noise Radio on nearly any type of device that you have. You can get We Noise Radio. So, whether you're in Brooklyn, whether you're in New York, whether you're wherever you are, you're in California, you escape the fire and thing, watch. All our listeners in California, I hope all you're safe, you know. Yeah.
Is all they seem to know when you're voting.
And of course, it is a Monday night. We'll be opening the phone lines in a little while. Not quite yet, but we'll be opening the phone lines in a little while. We say a special good night to all of you joining us on the live. Remember to hit the like button. Alan Jones, good night to you and the home circle. Good night to you, Michelle Jones and Zoe. Good night to you, Rodney Barry, Ann Andrews, Brian Joseph. I see Joyce Lewis, Godwin Phillip, Agatha Williams, Cindy Thomas, I see you, David Lankos, Marilyn Ferguson, Debbie Seals, Lisha Abraham, Alban Harris, Errol Bonaparte, Jackie Raymond, Phyllis Mitchell, Agnes Henry, Francis George, Anne-Marie Grant, Bernadette Joseph, Christine Otley, Sky, Ashma Charles, Shirma Jeremiah, Dominic Leroy, Maud Martin, Carb Spice Fitness, good night to you. Deborah Laborde, yeah, Deborah, it does get more than once every night today. Yes. Adrian Watts, Denise Donaldson, Michelle Alexander, Stephanie John, Rosalind Jones, Gillian Noel, Vanessa Lalji, Dalma Scott, good night to you. Shirley and James, good night. Denise Sandy, good night. Gemma Warwood, Faithlyn Hallie Douglas, Velma Pascal, Anna Lewis, Hermione Caliste, Kathleen Ledlow, what's up with you, my dear? Hope everything is going all well and okay. Clive Raymond, Ruth Chitterman, good night, Ruth. And let me see, Renee Zuddy is there, Hermina Batista is there, Fitzroy Edwards. Hey, Fitzroy! Fitzroy, you know, I just realized who is Fitzroy Edwards, you know. Yeah, I always call it in name and I just remember who is Fitzroy. Patsy Frank, good night to you, and Janice Mitchell, Teresa Joseph, Raphael Joseph, Faithlyn Hallie Douglas, Moko Ben, good night to you, Moko Joseph, Jerome Kenneth Lewis, good night. And all of you on the YouTube, Charmaine Ragbasing, Martin Charles, Peter Stryker, Lois Laslin Douglas, I see you there. Esther Peter, Sharon Felix, Landon Jane, Agatha Debole.
This is what they always show when you're
Sherry Lambert, good night to you. Wallen Aquat, Teresa Buddy Frederick, Winnie Simon, John Henry, McLean Mitchell, Nessa St. Clair, Leslie James, Teresa Gill, Rosanna Nichols, and Joseph Phyllis Ramsey. Nurse Wendy Ann McGuire, good night to you. Phyllis Ramsey, I call you already? Right, I get it twice. Teresa Joseph, Olive McQueen, Betty and James, Lynn Joseph, John Mark, Jermaine Lewis, good night to you. Tegwa. tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking Points is on. Joaquin Williams. Antonito, good night to you as well. Desiree. Have you seen Desiree? Wrong Sheldon to sing that. No, I'm not singing that one. No. We modernize. We're not singing that one. So again, folks, those of you joining us via the our platform or Talking Points, yes, we do have our actual website as well. Huh? Yeah, so you could go there and you could view and you could listen and everything via our website as well.
Can foretell our country's fate. One use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're
So we've been seeing all sorts of information coming out over the past week or so.
vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount.
Pastor Lewis, good night to you, sir. And let me say a special good night to Camille Teresa Scott. Folks, many of you have been asking because you've been passing and you see the place closed. And she's presently at the General Hospital. She's up at the General Hospital at this point in time. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers, yeah? Nice, yeah. Yeah, I passed by today and I realized the place closed and say, well, what's going on here? And then I passed back a little later and I realized the place still closed. So I call and only for her to answer up at the hospital, yeah.
Let's put our country together again.
Yeah, we got a lot to speak about. Only come in. I find, what I'm telling you, I find only sticking tonight. It's Monday night, and we have things to talk. We're live on 91.9, 91.5. Good night, St. Patrick. My Hermitage people, my River Sally people. Candy, good night. Candy vex with me.
If for 30 years you voting them in.
Yes, indeed. And folks, we're going to open the phone lines 440 before I get into the full discussion. Fadu, good night, bro. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. I just want to make sure that the phone lines kind of working along the lines of how I need them to work. I've been trying some stuff with them. Let's see if that is working. Only way I'm going to know is when somebody call, yeah?
That them alone can float when you're voting.
Yeah, that kind of telling me that what I was trying. Yeah, hello, good night. Oops, yeah, that's what I forgot to do. Hello, good night.
This is the voice Will and Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine, Pastor. You go right ahead.
Yes, and Happy New Year. It's not too late to tell you that.
No, not too late. Well, hold a moment. You might not hear me, but let me just change a setting here so that you could be heard properly. So hold 1 second, and you go right ahead now. Yeah.
All right, great. Happy New Year to you, Sheldon Scott.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And same to you.
Sheldon, as a citizen of Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique, I am very much concerned of the high amount of people that is working. Most of them are poor people. Some of them labor on the road. Some of them work like in the paving gang. Some of them work on estate, government estate throughout Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them work in other areas. And it is amazing the amount of complaint that I am receiving, and even on different radio, where people are not really getting the salary.
Is a reason being,
much concern.
Pastor, is a reason being given for that? Are they telling them a reason and saying, well, okay, it's for this reason, we broke, so we don't have money, or we waiting on the budget? Are they being given a reason?
No, but the whole thing about it, to every time the people go for the salary, they say, okay, well, the patient coming late, or we didn't have time to put it together. And there are people that have been owned for over 6 weeks. And when they go, sometimes they only get paid for a week or a fortnight. I am very much concerned something is definitely wrong. And when I say something is definitely wrong, this is the poor people. I mean, under this administration, Sheldon Scott, is more hand to mouth. Poor people, I mean, come on, you work One guy in my church told me, listen, he works for a total of over 6 weeks and have not received a cent as yet. I mean, and this is a government that boasts that money is not a problem. So what is happening? Sheldon, I mean, what I am saying here, people are hearing me, and people could call and say, no, that pastor is lying or he's speaking the truth. But I am very, and you know, the sad thing about it, a lot of people who the government owe cannot call because of fear of victimization. And then we have ministers that get the salary and looking good and driving in big cars, and the family are okay, and I respect that. But what's about the poor estate man? What's about the paving crew? Come on, this government need, I mean, come on, Sheldon, I am totally angry tonight. People is calling me. Please call on our behalf. We're not getting money. Something is wrong. Have a pleasant night, my bro.
Thank you so very much, Pastor. Yes, indeed. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, because it's not just those people. There are a lot of other people that are complaining of similar. Now, I'm hearing that there's a situation with the contractors in relation to the Build Back Better homes and payments that ought to be made in relation to them doing the work. At least some of them are having the problem. I can't say it's all. I've heard of one or two that have had that problem. You also have the people who are doing the paving. So the pavement gangs, all the other gangs. I mean, come on, man. Something is definitely wrong. Now, we know we do not have a national budget. We're into the end of the first month of 2025. By the end of this week, we'll have ended the first month of 2025. According to how Flying Flint would say it, January flew. Yeah, right, yeah. So January flew. So the first month has ended. There is a parliament sitting tomorrow, and I believe that we will hear, at least I hope, and I don't know if I'm hoping in vain, but I'm hoping that at tomorrow's parliament sitting, that at least the announcement of the budget date will be made. And they say election date, we dice dream. You ain't calling down tomorrow. But at least that the budget date would be given, because it is affecting different things. Remember what I told you all last week? We have the situation with what is going on in the United States right now. We have a situation where the new president has decided that he's going to take certain measures. We don't have to get into all the measures right now, but he's taking different measures. These measures will have effects on us here in the Caribbean. It affects us here in the Caribbean. So you have a situation, for instance, I'm hearing now that many of the immigrant workers who work on the agricultural places in the United States, in Texas and California and so on, and the more places where you get the fruits and vegetables and that sort of thing, that they have not been turning out to work because they're afraid that ICE is going to come and pick them up. So significant, and I ain't talking about one or two of them. Literally thousands upon thousands of these people are not turning out to work. What would that mean for Grenada? It means that many of the foodstuffs that we get from there, because the price will increase in the United States, it's going to increase for us too. So there are implications. So we need to have the national budget to be aware of where this government's head is at. What measures are they going to put in place to protect the Grenadian economy, to protect the Grenadian consumer? What are they putting in place? What contingency measures are they putting in place to protect the Grenadian consumer? If you look at the consumer price index that comes out, not by the New National Party, by the government of Grenada in the government gazette. When you look at the consumer price index, you recognize that specific items keep going up. So whether it's chicken parts that you realize keep up, you have items like medication, medical supplies, not things that you could say, well, that's a luxury item. I ain't dealing with, no. They say I need high blood pressure pills, but that is a luxury item. I ain't bothering with that. No. These are things that you need for survival. These are not luxury items. These are not things that you could take if you feel like it or if you want to. You have people that are going in and medication that they used to buy for 70 something, 80 something dollars. They go back and it's 100 and something. By the time what they have finished and they go back, the price of it has moved to 100 and something dollars. So there is a problem. When we look at the consumer price index, and it has been consistent throughout the year last year, that there have been incremental increases in things like medication and some basic food items. We've been seeing consistent increases in the prices. And there have been no measures taken by this government to restrict those prices, to at least safeguard the common man. Yeah? So this government has until the end of March. That's the latest they can go. Talking from experience, because I remember when a certain individual couldn't go back in parliament, back in 2012 to 2013, when a certain government couldn't go back in parliament because they was afraid if they go back in parliament was vote and no confidence, and that was it for them. So they stayed away from parliament. So the budget, when the new National Party administration came in, they had to literally rush. Again, I always give this story because it's a true story, that after being sworn in, Dr. Mitchell literally, and that's the day after election, Dr. Mitchell literally had to walk to the back of the Grenada Trade Center, into the office in the back there, and have a meeting with the Ministry of Finance. You had to start the planning immediately for the budget, and on top of that, you had civil servants that had to be paid within a week or two. So you had to take care of that immediately. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night. Sheldon, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm be hanging in.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get you. Boy. Yeah, I'm trying to get you properly here. Boy, yeah. Something is up as usual with this, but let me see if you can go ahead and let me see if you could go to. Go ahead.
Okay, Sheldon.
Yeah.
The last time I called the show, and I make some remarks about Donald Trump, and there was a brother called, but after that and said that I don't know what I'm talking about. 42 years in New York, man. I know this brother, man, and I've seen where everything now just manifesting himself. The Caribbean have to prepare themselves for decision. What is brother making? You're going to hunt down this country, down the jail with lots of people will be coming back home. This guy have a talk, be saying, let's make America great again. And what this guy really mean? I don't know, somehow they feel like they lost in the white population. So when this guy saying, let's make America great again, he mean, let's make America white again. And it's where everything just manifesting itself. Anyway, Sheldon, where Deco was? Is Deco a wrong man?
I believe the Prime Minister is here. I'm not absolutely sure.
I can hear you, man. Is
No.
Deco a wrong man? Anyway, I could talk to you.
All right, my brother. Thank you so
Bye.
very much. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I believe the Prime Minister is here. I'm not absolutely sure, but I believe that the Prime Minister is here. But I don't know. Honestly, I doesn't know these days. He doesn't know. So I can't say for sure that the Prime Minister is here. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, how are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Sheldon, when I look at NDC governance, check from 1990 to 95, 2008 to 2013, and presently, Grenada always in a dark state whenever NDC they governance. Because NDC fighting to get into government to govern, but they have no plan. They have no plan because see what happened now. NDC already concerned about is to get in, and I do believe NDC good in opposing, but to govern, they don't know how to govern. Because instead of NDC shining and doing something that is good for the country, all what NDC doing, making Grenada more miserable every time they get in governance. Because look at what is going on right now. The cost of living is so high. The government don't put anything in place to cushion the high cost of living. Nothing they put in place. Salaries remain the same. Tax of things going up every day. Increase the price of things going up every day. What are the government doing? Nothing. Right? Nothing. All what they're doing, they're flying out of the island regular, like if there are birds and afraid the foot touch mud as the prime minister. And the other ministers, all of they do, they travel together. I ask myself a question. Why they come into governance is to travel and to make yourself look better for people to bow down and when they see them passing. I call upon the people of Carriacou and Pitmatic. We need to vote out this group of people in government. We need to vote out because they are no good for Greater Carriacou and Pitmatic. Grenada is going through hell under this administration. You have a man that's what they say you're prime minister. Right? I know how a man you are prime minister is more out than in. And when I analyze the prime minister, he just come like a wife home with her children. And the husband just walking out and go. When asked the wife, where is the husband? I don't know where he go. Next thing the wife might be in Dubai, the husband might be in Dubai or in England without the wife and children doing. And this is exactly what the prime minister doing. He traveling regular, he going and accepting. I don't know if press secretary them know, some of them know, but the citizens of Greater Carriacou and Pitmatic, they don't know when the prime minister in, they don't know when the prime minister out. And if you have a family and you are you're also the prime minister and you live in the country and go without informing the people of Greater Carriacou and Pitmatic that you're going, why are you afraid? Yes, you are the prime minister. Yes, you are the travel. Well, let people know you're out of this island. Out of the island, but he don't say anything. And when he go, who you put in? And handy, less disciples of all of them have no ideas how to govern. He just take a photo. If he come by you, yeah, brother Sheldon, you go take a picture, he come by you and talk to you. And this is what the government doing. They have no plan to govern. But I want the greater people know that NMP has a plan. With the new layer, you have a plan for the future and the development to prosper our country, that will take our country forward. And NDC need to go. For Grenada to grow, NDC need to go. Brother Sheldon, have a good night.
All right, thank you very much, caller. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Let me see. I think one of the lines here. Let me see who's on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, I had a call back, man, because we realized you had some problem, man.
No, but we heard you. But let me just you go ahead. Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, but Sheldon, what I was saying, man, the last time I called this show, and I mentioned some things that were done on with some of the statements you've been making, and one of your brothers had called and said that I don't know what I'm talking about. 42 years in New York, man, I know Donald, man. I know Champ. And some of the things don't seem manifesting itself, and the Caribbean have to prepare themselves with decisions that brother making. It will affect them countries down the daily, man. There will be lots of people coming back home, man. They're reading all over the place. I heard that they went in Kings County, yesterday, Kings County Hospital, and you know that's the hospital in Brooklyn where everybody, they go over there to get a little checkup and thing, man. So it's getting out of hand up here, man. Anyhow, Sheldon, is the core wrong, man?
As I said, I'm not aware.
Hello?
Now, I'm just telling you, I'm not aware.
All right, man.
All right. Okay, my brother. Yes, indeed. I am not aware if the Prime Minister is in the country or out the country. I don't know. I honestly do not know. All right, 440-7377. Folks, first of all, I want to congratulate, and before I go any further, and before I take another call, I want to congratulate the newly elected youth arm of the new National Party. Yes, I want to officially, yes, congratulate the new youth arm. Let me see if I could pull up a picture of them nice children and them day, man. Some nice youth, you know. Yeah, let me see. I should have it somewhere there, so I'm going to pull it up for you in a while. But let me just give you all an insight of the new executive of the new National Party youth arm. And we have as the newly appointed president of the New National Party Youth Am, Miss Amanda Japel George, the deputy president, Mr. Terrick Frank, secretary, Miss Monique Cummings, treasurer, Everett Charles, public relations officer, Greg Hostin, floor members, Alicia Wankin, Alex Cumberbatch, Nathan Douglas, Deron Gordon, and Rebecca Bennett. All right. Also, they have some committees that have been set up. I don't have the list of the committees here, but they have several committees that were set up as well. So they've got quite a few people. Yeah, quite a few people on the new committees. And I'm trying to pull up the picture, man. I want you all see them youth and them. You understand? Because here's what, before I go any further, here's one. Every time the New National Party has an event, you'd realize if it's on a Sunday, the Monday, the NDC don't have much to say on the Monday. They wait until Monday night when they receive the instructions of how they're going to call the various radio programs and say all kind of thing about whatever it was that the NNP had. They always try their very best to spin the discussion away from anything positive that was said, anything constructive that was said, anything useful that was said, anything nation building that was said. They always try to spin the discussion away from those things and keep it on the most basic level. They always try just to talk about some sort of nonsense or the other when there's things that happened. So the young people came out in their numbers, including the town of St. George. A lot of people was asking. Yes, the town of St. George. Including the town of St. George, the young folks, and Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Yes, Carriacou was down yesterday. Carriacou was here, most live and direct. And let me see, I think I got the picture there right now. Let me just pull it up so you all can see. Yeah, man. Let's see them young people youngin', man. So let me say once again, and you see that photo there with them, with the political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, and you see the team, the useful team. Yeah, I hear some people frightened today because they say NNP youth and them out there. They say they're afraid that Japal girl, boy. They say that girl look easy, you know, they're afraid the Japal girl. Stay there, but only have a lot more afraid to afraid. Yeah? So the New National Party Youth Arm, they had their convention yesterday. Some people who have been talking about when NNP go our convention, they spend the whole of 2024. You see what I say, when your neighbor house on fire, wet your own. You hear what I say, when you dig in pit, dig too. You hear what I say, plain and simple, mind your business. Well, they was minding NNP business so much, they didn't mind their own. So for the whole of 2024, the NDC and their activists were there only saying, well, when NNP having a convention, every time any member of the New National Party went onto any form of media, whether they went onto one of the television stations or one of the radio stations, or they went online, or they even posted a picture, you had these NDC activists were under there, and all they had to say is, tell us when all you having all your convention. That we want to know. Tell us when all you having all your convention. When all you having all your convention. That's what we want to know. When all you having all your convention. The NNP has now had 2 conventions, and they couldn't have one. I hear they're looking to have it sometime. Well, the NNP might end up having 3 conventions on them before they could have 1 convention. But don't move all the General Secretary. Leave all the General Secretary alone. Don't move here and all the PR. Leave it. NDC are talking to. Don't move them. Leave them right there. Don't move them. They spend the whole of 2024. In fact, they spend the whole of 2023 too, you know. So 2023, the marching orders of the sycophants out there was that the New National Party afraid to hold convention, they can't hold convention, blah, 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 blah. The whole of 2024, NNP can't hold convention, blah, 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 blah. NNP come and its whole convention. NDC, where is your convention? They can't hold convention. So 2024 ended without the NDC, who had been calling out the NNP about having convention. The NDC couldn't have a convention, but the same people that were asking the New National Party about when you're having convention are not asking that question of the NDC. As I said, I heard sometime soon. It's not my job to make them, thing and say, well, okay, well, that is when they're having it. And so they go advertise the thing. I hear a date when they go have the thing. No, but all I'm saying to them is this. The New National Party has not only had its national convention, it has also had its youth convention. And you may very well hear that we've had 3 conventions before all you could have 1. Yeah? You see, when your neighbor house is on fire, please retrieve the garden hose and ensure that you saturate your own. Yeah? 440-737-7347-329-3101. So once again, the wonderful young people of the New National Party came out in their numbers yesterday at the Wester Hall Secondary School, and they had a wonderful time out there. Strictly business. They come out and they deal with the scene. Yeah? That's where I like to see NNP young people moving. You understand? Yeah, I wonder if I have a song there for them, boy. Yeah, let play a little song in the background there for them,
Move it. Yes, we move it.
Yes, indeed.
Move it.
440-737-347-329-3101. Yes. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program.
Old people, they say, back long time ago, if something ain't break, don't fix it, leave it so. And up to this day,
although NDC does talk about youth and youth and youth, all you ever hear about NDC having a youth convention? Seriously, all the years all you know of the National Democratic Congress, all you ever really hear the NDC having a youth convention? Like how you does hear NNP have youth convention. As a former president of the National Youth Arm myself, I could tell you, NNP does have youth convention. Yeah? So you does hear NNP have youth convention. All you does ever hear, oh, that's what happens to the line, right? All you does ever hear NDC having youth convention. I ain't finding them ain't convention in at all. I ain't all your NDC. Yeah? Don't go and play all you're having government activities and using that and saying that is NDC that having that, that is NDC youth, and because realize all you're trying to pull off a so on and says that are going on. Yeah? When all you're having youth convention, okay, when all you're having convention is one. When all you're having youth convention, I don't think, in all the years I've known of the NDC, and I follow politics, not just in Grenada, I follow politics regionally as well. So I follow politics. And I don't think in all the years I've known of the National Democratic Congress, I don't think in all those years I've heard them having a youth convention, but the NNP, yeah man, they ram up Wester Hall Secondary School yesterday with young people. And imagine, those are the young people who could have came out and who were not scared to come out. Even some came and they're afraid, they want to go on camera because they know they have never in their lives seen as a vindictive a government as we have in place here in Grenada right now. We have the most vindictive group of individuals in charge of this country at this part in time. That is why we say they need to go. Don't worry. Time longer than twine. And that twine running out. You're coming close to the end. They have already passed the halfway mark. Right now, it's by the grace of God that they're holding on as a government. The time will come. And that's why I continue to say, as members of the New National Party, we need to organize. Those of you that want to assist in some form or format, there's always something you can assist with. There's always somewhere you can assist. So make yourself available and step forward. Yeah, now is not the time to be sitting at home and waiting and saying, and I've heard it on election campaigns before, and I can tell you that those election campaigns ended up problematic. I've heard it on election campaigns before. Oh, I'm waiting until the campaign and then I go work them, man. Yeah, you wait until the campaign. By the time you wait until the campaign, they already tie up some people's head so much that nothing you say in that 6 weeks or that 4 weeks or that 8 weeks or whatever it is Nothing you say in that point in time can bring that person back on board. So this thing about some people want to sit down and say, "I don't ready for them yet. I ain't calling the radio yet. I'm waiting until when the thing get close, man." Yeah, sit down there and wait until the thing get close. I ain't going and do nothing in the constituency yet, man. Don't worry, man. When the bell ring and you start to see rally and all kind of thing, that is when I will go. No, not too late, Papa. You have to start doing the work now. Yes, you're going to make a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth round during that period of the campaign. But the campaign starts now. If you all don't realize that in your campaign, now. Let me ask you all a question. When last all you hear about the treasurer of the NDC? Miss Andrea St. Bernard. When last all you hear about the treasurer? All you realize that this government has now attempted to change over the CBI program, and that according to Fortune magazine and other releases by Grenada, the CBI, I think they call it IMA or whatever they call it now, that they are actually seeking high worth individuals out there. You think that they only go to the richest man in Africa or Nigeria? I don't know if it's Africa or Nigeria. You think they only go to him because they want him to invest in Grenada? Then why they walking with the NDC treasurer when they're going to these things? When they're going to the Middle East, who want to vex? When they're going to the Middle East, when they're supposed to be going to China and back to Grenada, and you're ending up in Dubai and them place. Yeah? Folks, let me tell you all something. The NDC administration has no intention of winning the next election. They have every intention of trying to buy it. That is why they are looking for these high-worth individuals to come into Grenada right now. Not to the benefit of you, the Grenadian people. Not to the benefit of businesses here in Grenada, that these individuals are going to come and set up businesses here in Grenada. You see what they're stating as advisors to the Prime Minister. Not advisors to Grenada, not advisors to the cabinet, advisors to the Prime Minister. And believe me, these individuals are not interested in the betterment of Grenada. They are feathering their nest of the political party on the backs of the Grenadian people at this point in time. They're feathering their nests. That is what's going on. They are feathering their nest. They are making sure, each man jack making sure they come out of their multi-millionaires. Because they know they may not be able to get a pension because they can't make a two-term. So the other option is to try and buy the vote. When last you hear about the NDC treasurer? The same treasurer who is a CBI agent, an active CBI agent, the treasurer of the NDC, the chairperson of the Grenada Development Bank, and at the same token is also an ambassador that's supposed to be going around, some sort of diplomat going around, getting business for Grenada. Well, they've been doing that for 2 years. It's time for a report. They have been doing that for 2 years. It is time for a report. We want to hear from Ms. Andrea St. Bernard what she has been doing for 2023 and 2024. It's time for a report. Well, you could call press conference for all kind of thing. Call one for that. Bring her and let us say how much millions of dollars she has brought into Grenada for the Grenadian people. How many new businesses have been created here in Grenada for the Grenadian people through this NDC administration and the initiative of this government. Show us the money. Show us how much businesses they have created. Show us where they have new plants opening and so on. Show us where all those utility trucks go in and pick the mango. Show us. But instead of that, they're chumming up to all these multi-billionaires and multi-millionaires. Not in the interest of Grenada, but because of what could pass otherwise, as far as I am concerned. I ain't saying no money pass, I'm saying what the intent can be. Because if you take the treasurer and you put her in the position, and now you have this new program which they've put in place where they say they're going to find all this high net worth individuals, because there are problems with the CBI program as it is. Various European countries are locking down different aspects of the CBI program, so that whereas before it would be attractive to have one of the Caribbean nations' passports that are involved in the CBI program, because that allows you certain things to get into the European Union. You could travel and so on. You could stay for X amount of time. It might fast track you in relation to certain things. Those things are being removed by different European countries. And as such, something else has to be put in place to make people want to get this. So instead of people coming and look, they are going out and offering. And you know, I'm very interested in hearing what Mr. Tillman Thomas has to say about this. He has a lot to say about a lot of other things. He had a lot to say even about me. But I'm interested in hearing if he is going to be a hypocrite. I'm interested in hearing if he's going to be a hypocrite. So now they have the CBI program, a program that he had very vociferously said that he ain't like the program, you're selling out the birthright, all the kind of things they said about the CBI program. But he seems pretty okay when they call him to sit in the Governor General's chair. He seems pretty okay to do that, overseeing the government that has a CBI program. And now they've taken the CBI program where not only are people going to be coming out and looking now for a CBI passport, they have changed it into the format now where these individuals will be offered a Grenadian passport. So they go in and take a list of people now, them multi-billionaires, and say, yo, you know, you could get a Grenadian passport. You know. No longer are they going to be just marketing and saying, well, okay, somebody might see a thing on Grenada and decide, oh, they're looking for a passport, and they come and they find Grenada. Now they go in and find the people too to bring them. But again, to what benefit? Who benefits? The main benefit that coming from those things right now. Yes, Grenada gets its share. But you know that those law firms who are attached to the CBI, including one named after the present Prime Minister of Grenada, they are the ones who are making the big money. So when you hear them talking about 500, when you hear them talking about $500 million and so on, came in under CBI. When they're talking about 500 million under CBI, you have to ask them the question, how much of that went into the Prime Minister's law firm? Well, not his law firm, his CBI firm. There's a separation. His law firm is one, and the CBI company is another one. How much of that money went into the CBI company? In fact, how much of that money also went into the law firm? Because you never know. Next thing, the law firm is doing work for the CBI company. How much of that went into the Minister of Finance CBI company? Because the Minister of Finance of Grenada has a CBI company too. So how much of that 500 million went into his company? How much of that 500 million went into the firm of the treasurer of the NDC? How much? So we have to ask ourselves these questions, because these questions are pertinent questions. These questions are important questions that have to be asked. So don't feel like going out there and they're coming back. They're looking for these people and them, because the NDC knows under normal circumstances, head to head, in a normal political battle, they cannot win. They know that. You feel they don't realize that if they call an election right now, they're lucky if they go into opposition because they're lucky if they get a seat? You think the NDC don't know that? They know that very well. They know they're lucky even if they go into opposition. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey.
Hey, good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, I've been listening to you all the while. So with this CBI program that's going on there, and all the millions of dollars that these guys getting from the CBI program, do anyone picking up the matter of the money because the money don't go into the Grenadian public. The money is not circulating into the country. Instead, the money circulating in one bank account.
Well, let me say it like this, huh? Now, when money comes in under the CBI, the agents of which the Prime Minister has a company, that is an agent, right? The Minister of Finance is an agent. The Treasurer of the NDC, they are all agents. They receive significant funds for doing the transactions on behalf of the person who is gaining citizenship, right? So they're making money. When you hear 500 million comes in, it doesn't mean 500 million to the Treasury of Grenada. Eh? Most of that money goes towards projects that are taking place right now, like the hotels and so on. The majority of that money, government gets a share. I can't remember the percentage, but the vast majority goes towards a project. So a person buys into a project in Grenada. So for instance, there's a hotel building. That hotel has to raise, let's say, $40 million to build the hotel. So individuals might come in and they would say, okay, I'm going to pay $250,000 US and gain a share in that hotel. But out of that, the people who are developing the hotel, they don't receive 200 and something. Yeah? The people who are the agents, they have a significant amount that they receive out of that. Yeah? Government gets a piece, and then the vast majority goes towards the developers. But I'm saying here, it's the piece that's going towards these little law firms and so on, and these companies that are owned by cabinet members of Grenada. That is something that we have to be concerned about.
But as far as I concerned, there is no development going on in Grenada right now from this government.
Well, my friend, I would challenge them to name one new project, not a project that has been done, was being done by the New National Party, or the funding and everything was secured and drawings there and you do it. I would like them to say new something. The
only thing I see that they are doing, sometime last week, I said they give out a house that they posted up. They give out a house what they built. They give it to an old woman. I must have been telling them with pose and taking pictures. That's all I started them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Something wrong.
I don't have a problem if
something wrong with these guys and them.
Mm-hmm. No, if they've given somebody a house, I'm glad. At least somebody get a house. Remember, they promised 500, is it? We have project 500. But let's say project 5 because I think that is about how much they build. But anyhow.
Well, let us see what they're doing for this new year.
All right. Okay, bye.
All right, take care.
Thank you so very much. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440-73. Hey, Joyce, how are you doing? 440-7377. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Okay, I think I hit the wrong one. Let me get the right one. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
All right. For me, for medication, one packet of tablet is $200. So I'm working away. We are getting money, and them people and them playing like if the people vote them to stay up in the sky. Thank you.
All right. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 440-7377 347-329-3101. That's it. That's the number for you to get onto the inside.
So very bad for deceitful promises they never kept. I wanna see them on the newspapers of Grenada today as the biggest set of liars of the age.
And we have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello. Okay, we're not getting that caller. We'll have to drop the call. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers to call. And remember, you can also call us on the WhatsApp, 440-73 So yeah, we know it's like a landline, but it's WhatsApp as well. 4407377, and we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night, caller. You go right ahead.
Hello, good night.
Good night, caller. You go right ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, I really want to ask a question. I hear you repeating something, and I really want to ask you that question. Yeah, you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you, caller. You go ahead.
Right. I hear you saying that most of the people are like the delegates and them, they don't want to show up themselves on camera. I find that impossible.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, the country is not Mr. Deacon's zone. You don't have to afraid to come on camera, and you don't have to afraid to do that because the country to the NDC. Come on, that's with natural right. That's with natural right, democratic rights. They can't do us nothing. The people are saying they're afraid. They don't want the people to see that. I find that impossible. Come on, the time for we to put that in a corner. They can't do us. That then belongs to the prime minister. The country don't belongs to the prime minister. First thing I hear something like that. No, that's we country. We have a right. You vote for who you want. Tell me, sir, they can please stop that nonsense you getting, and we don't want to hear that in we country. We don't want to hear that at all in we country. That country not belongs to Mr. Dickens. That country, Mr. Dickens is a prime minister, just like any other prime minister. Come on, leave the people. You vote for who you want. Nobody can tell you who to vote for. Thank you, sir.
All right, caller. No problem. You have a good one. 440-737. Yeah, just kind of have to mute myself so that you can hear the callers properly. I'll sort it out somehow, and hopefully it won't end up back like that again, but we'll sort it out. 440-73, and let me just clear the lines. 440-7377, 347329, and we've got a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Good night. You go right ahead.
Right. I want to first of all congratulate the youth arm of the NMP holding the convention. I understand that it was well attended, and I did saw a young lady speaking. I can't remember her name. I think she did very well. I really want to congratulate her, and I hope that gives NMP a push to start the ball rolling. We have to make sure that you have representation in every parish or in every constituency to build the future of the party. So that's a good move, and let us hope that all go well with it. The young people, if they take that hill, I think it's a good thing for Grenada. So congratulations to Mr. for getting the young people kick off, and let us make sure that we could a lot of young people to influence. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, caller. 440-7377, 347-329-3101, and we go back to the phone line. And hello, good night.
Hello, Sheldon. How are you doing today?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a small contribution. I sit down like a couple of days ago, and I just figure out I just want to know people who have volunteered themselves to say that they want to be ministers and them is ministers. What they teaching the younger folks are coming up behind. When you're coming out and all the platform in Grenada, Carriacou and Pigeon Matthews, you're telling people that you love that party, you love Grenada, you love Carriacou, you love Pigeon Matthews. Well, if you love the country and you love the people in the country, why you just come and lead the people? So what about all the people who are there and jump up for you? So I'm asking the who know I don't know how to put it in, but remember we are younger folks behind coming up. So asking the bigger heads than them who say that them is ministers, Listen to me, like, when you just come and you just say in a party and you just decide to just leave, you know, what you're teaching the younger folks, that you is like fake, and you is like failure to the people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Because you come in and tell the people that you love, and 2 years, a year, you don't get what you want, you just leave the people. So whatever the people want to jump up, hallelujah, for you. I ask him, please, you know, the people who are saying them is ministers and they love Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. You don't love, you only love what you could get and what you want, but don't love what you get and what you want. Love the people and love the country. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheldon. I want to say good night to Ms. Kate Lewis and all the ministers, and I want to say good night to my Prime Minister, Ms. Emily Pierre, coming from Tito. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so very much. And Tito, man, I see some videos coming out from up in your place day, man. I must make a day and come up. No. I can't let that pass me, man. I must. As I said, I will be heading around the island, various locations around the island over the next few months. So, Tito, you know, I'll come in and check you out. Yeah, man, I see some videos up in the place at Carriacou. You can smoke. Folks, if you're up in that area, yeah, watch all we're going on. We have a talking points lime up day one. Yeah, we might do a talking points there on Saturday. We'll go and do a talking points lime, the karaoke and all kind of thing. We'll cook some food, we go eat, we go drink, we go enjoy ourselves, talk with each other and plan and strategize. Because this government has to go. Yeah? They could talk all kind of thing. Where is their convention? Yeah? And all the things that they were praying would happen in the NNP convention and never happen. I hope they understand that sometime when you pray for somebody else does fall back on you. Careful what you're asking for. All right. Okay. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Okay, go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Okay, first of all, I would like to congratulate the new leadership of the new National Party, both the senior arm and the junior arm of the party. From my observation, political parties in Grenada are short-lived because of a lack of succession planning. And I think that the new at this point in time is on the right track. I say that against the background that the PNM in Trinidad and the GNP in Grenada was formed the same year in 1956. And people in Trinidad over 60, 68 years, from the time they were born, they know about the PNM. And very few people in our country can recall anything significant of the GNP. And that is why I'm saying, because of lack of succession planning, our political parties die so quickly. And therefore, the new National Party at this point in time is on the right track to ensure the longevity of the new National Party as a political institution in our country and political party that pass through, and after a period of time they die and nobody hears anything about the party. I don't know if it is by divine intervention, but we have two ladies now leading the new National Party. This year, 2025 is 100 years now since women in Grenada has been franchised. And now we have women in Grenada leading the charge. So I really and truly I must commend Dr. Mitchell and the wisdom of the leadership, the senior leadership of the party to pass the torch and to ensure that the strength of the new National Party continue to grow and to ensure that Grenada has the type of, and to provide Grenada with the type of leadership that is necessary to take us forward. My next issue is that, children. No, we had a medical station in Bush Grove. That medical station has been serving us for the last 97 years. And with very little or no notice at all, this medical station is now closed. Bush Grove is a very large community. From 1910 to Baltazar to Upper Capital into Guapo, this medical station serves this community. And therefore, to close such a facility in the community, in our community, I think it is very uncouth, and without any form of notice, people go up to the medical station when they go there the place is closed. And I think that the people of our community deserve better representation. And when such institutions has to be closed, then the community should be notified. I thank you very kindly.
So I wanted to ask one question there, and that's so the community was not made aware until when it was being closed, because I would think here that you would tell them in a couple of weeks we're going to be closing, so they'd make their arrangements, and so you have the people who would go to do their dressing, you have people who would go for other things that they have to go for. Some people, because of the type of medication they're taking, it has to be injected. They can't do it for themselves. They go there for the nurse and so to do it for them. So I would have thought that they would have been told long before. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Go right ahead, bro.
I want to ask, wait now, I don't hear in Delmas, not wrong in Grenada, you know they are wrong.
They there, man, they there. Yes, they're there, brother, they there. I think they're there.
Well, it's only that I want to ask. Because I don't hear you, I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay, brother.
All right then, take care.
All right. Bull, what happened, brother? 440-737-347-329-3101. Let me just say, after the next election, yeah, you have to open a political funeral home, because you have a lot of them who jumping up and playing thing now. They going in the political funeral home because they're going in the political graveyard. End of them. Yeah. 440-737-347-329-3101. Play bad now. Threaten people. Yeah? All your machinations behind there, you're spiting this one, you're spiting that one. You all know, you realize how upset I got last week. When a lady met me and she told me she was taken off the seed program. I mentioned it last week. And maybe I was saying it, I didn't realize. That is one of the most vex I ever get, vex on a vex, you know. I even get vex on the vex. Because the lady called to ask about why she was taken off of the seed program, and in the background you had the person say, she's a NNP. So like she don't deserve to be on the seed. So the seed program is so wanted of people in this country. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, yes, the man talk about the surgery in Grove. That is true. After people talk about it, they pass on with a loudspeaker and talk about it. We need the station, the surgery to come back in foot.
All right, my dear. Hello? Yeah, she's gone. 440-737-737-347-329. What am I saying? Yeah, 440-737-739-3. I'm still saying the second number wrong. What's the matter with me? Yeah? The other number is 347-329-3101. Right, yeah. That's the overseas line. Right? I think somebody's on the local line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello? Okay, that caller dropped off. 440-737-737-347-329-3101. Yeah, they spend all their time bothering about the new national party. Down to NNP youth come and have a convention. NDC can't have a convention yet. Bunch, yeah? We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Yes, go right ahead, my dear.
Right. I'm only telling you, I only heard tonight that Kami is in hospital. I don't have it.
No, we mentioned it a bit earlier. You may have come on a bit late, but we did mention that she is in hospital tonight, yeah. You probably heard it because we mentioned it.
Okay, I went to a meeting. I went to an NP meeting, so I came in late.
That is nothing, man. You're doing the right thing. All right, my dear.
So we have a meeting coming up in the south with Miss Pierce, so we'll brief you on that. We'll give you the date and the time.
All right, thank you very much. No problem. All right, my love. Yes, indeed. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside. And going back to them thing, I just want to ask a question here. Let me ask that question after I take this call. I'm giving the calls preference tonight. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear.
Yes, I'm calling to talk about the certain surgery in Birch Grove.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, the surgery in Birch Grove. You know the reason why they closed down the surgery? Because the old one, a few years ago, it was down. So they rented the place from a big NNP man. So that's the reason why they closed down the surgery. And I believe in that. They don't close it for repair. NMP that rent it, so it's an NMP man, so that's why they take it back from him. They don't want to see NMP survive in Grenada. Thank you very much.
All right, caller. And we have evidence of that, because remember, we heard the callers by Tweedledee, Tweedledum and the Bum in Carriacou. We heard them discussing how they had to make sure that Andre Donald business, Real FM, failed. We have them on tape. We have them on tape discussing. We heard the MP for Carriacou, who is a cabinet member, making certain statements along the line of basically that due to their supporters' noise that they were making, that they removed whatever contracts they had with Real 91.9, Real 91.5. And that is why I will say to you all of you, that when you want to advertise, spend some of the dollars by Real 91.9, 91.5. Show this administration they can't spite anybody into poverty, because that's what they're trying to do to quite a few people in this place. They want to spite you into poverty. So they know you need the seed program. They know you should be on seed. And I'm going to repeat it until it is fixed. That they take off an autistic 10-year-old at the time child whose mother's house had been destroyed by Hurricane Beryl, whose grandmother was sent home by them, whose auntie was sent home by them, whose mother was sent home by them, and they still take him off the seed program. They didn't even come back and say, well, we put him back. We make a mistake, was an error. Wasn't his name was supposed to come out. We clicked the wrong one. Nothing like that. They are trying to spite you into poverty. Never heard that terminology before? Yes, this government doing it. They're trying to spite you into poverty. So when you're supposed to get your little assistance under the seed so that you could catch up yourself, so that you could buy your medication, or at least buy a tank of gas to cook, or at least get something to eat. At least when you get that money, you'd have been able to do something. They're spiting you because you support the new National Party. So now you could understand why even more young people who could have been there, because they had overflow. So you had the hall fill and you had people out in the hallway. So you had overflow yesterday. So that instead of it being overflow all down the stairs and thing, that some young people said outright, but you can't go, Afraid they pull the look of money again, going to MCC. Afraid they pull the look of scholarship that my sister or my brother have, or I have, going in SGU. Or my mother trying to get the house fixed. And if they see me, no, they would just brand us and I ain't gonna get nothing. So I'll say to the young people who stood up and made sure that they were counted yesterday, I want to say congratulations to each and every one of all you. All you have, all your belly. Yeah. Congratulations. And that didn't mean that I have anything against the others. They have to look out after their interests. It is not that they're dealing with a group of people who are reasonable, who are sensible, or a group of people who are capable. They are dealing with a government that is spiteful by nature. They're trying to spite you into poverty. We've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Faru.
Hey, Wago, Adeya, go right through, man.
Bless up, bless up. When I was younger, I remember my grandson used to tell me something like the upholder is what's on the teeth. Right? The grievance that I have now is like I'm watching some programs and I'm seeing people that's supposed to be leaders, so people that's supposed to be churchgoers and ministers in the church and stuff, knowing that they have family members, people in the community suffering, brother. They co-signing the BS, brother, and that turning me. Because I swear, if I look at my ski master today,
No. We ain't going down that road, Father. We ain't going down that road.
Bro,
what's
so, you know what, yeah?
What's the little princess? Every time you think of that, what's the princess? And you know princess.
Yeah, man, I'm good. You know, I'm good on them levels. I can keep a balance, but I'm just saying, it's like you said something very, 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 very prominent in that they're making a division that would be so prominent now it's hard to come back from that, and they fatten in their pockets. Now, remember a while back we talked about some land acquisition thing?
Yeah.
Is it coincidental that the same people that these people are trying to recruit are linking with the government ministers that actually possessing or acquiring lands now? Is that coincidental?
Well,
another thing I'm thinking.
We could ask questions. Maybe it's not coincidental.
We need to ask questions because that's what I'm saying. Like the people that they're in the positions to really get results from asking questions. You know what I mean? It's like they're on the top of the threshold. They're on top there. So when they ask a question, it has to be answered. It's like we doing this on the program, so we storing like talking conversations, as you say, talking points.
Yeah.
We storing talking points so that make people reflect and think and they could discuss. So the more is like a hard information or education, right? There are individuals now in our system in our society that have direct impact from. It's like if I'm working for a company and I'm not doing the job for the company proficiently, the board pull me up, the manager pull me up. They tell me, nah, yo, bro, you have to step up your thing or you're getting fired. It's killing me that these individuals are co-signing this BS because they get a little grease on the plate. They have family members that are eating as you, bro. Do you understand? It's like they don't pay attention to that. Family, it's killing me seeing how much sacrifice I know myself and other individuals make for Green's family. People that's not in power trying to help people that's less fortunate. So you can see they're doing it to the love, brother. You see, man? Yeah. And what's going on there is that is fam. It's mad. You get me? I don't understand why more in the churches getting me sick too, you know. Because they having these assemblies and they're not saying everything. It's almost like they're putting people in praises. And when they leave with the church, they're seeing the family members in tents and stuff still from. How, like, what kind of personality you have? What narcissistic tendencies is this? It's almost like, what do you call it, Stockholm Syndrome? You know, people fall in love with the oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I find is going on here right now because this isn't adding up. It didn't make no sense from in any outfit, from the streets to a business place. If someone not proficient in their job, if they're not doing their job effectively, they get pulled up on it. Why? It's just okay. And they're telling me that they're waiting for what from? The government ain't been feeding me from time. The government not feeding them from time. What are you waiting on? Call for a resignation, fam. Call for a reshuffle. And the people could do that in the people's parliament.
Reshuffle in a pack of jokers, you could still end up with a joker on.
Now when I say reshuffle, I mean like check out the whole organization, bro.
Well,
the people can call and say they want a new system. The people can do that. The people's not parliament.
The Grenadian people can, yes. They can ask for that.
So tell them shout out, bruv.
There are mechanisms.
Get them. We don't waiting for this time from because what's going on is that these people they gone missing. So you can't point direct fingers. It's like they always had the excuse of plausible deniability. That's first thing. They out in the places doing whatever. We know it's our money that they're spending because they're spending it for themselves, fam. They don't take it out of pocket and do all that. It's our money that's been spending. There's no new stuff that's going on. Everything the government has come on record and say is that they get blessings. they get donations, they get sponsorship and all that. Where's the money that's been there? The money that's been made, like, where's the accountability for it? We asking questions, and I say we making talking points and we stirring it up, and it's good information to get out there. But the individuals that sit on behind desks with it, playing the white collar, sitting, jump up and say something because somebody else go say something and it ain't gonna be nice. We hurting out here, family. You understand? We hurting out here, and it's like they don't get in that. It's like they're taking the kindness for weakness. You understand? They're bringing in people to eat off of what Grenadians should have after they leave us for dead here in a farm. You know how much families make sacrifice and put the people in position to like advance and develop. I know they come in and take that away from you without nothing. That now work, brother. Brother, here's see. I am the Honorable Evelyn Pierre said that people that want to help out could let me know where the think tank is so I could put some information inside it because I need to express something from. You get me? And I want to help. Oh yeah, I want to volunteer sometime. Hit me up, let me know what's good.
You'll get a call. You're getting a call tomorrow.
Oh, still is. But this thing not working out, and I find the people sticking. You get me? I don't go in down a precipice knowing that these people driving me down a precipice because there are some safety belt and there are some harness and things to save them. And I go down a precipice to them. That don't make sense. That's like insanity to be doing the same thing. And next thing, yeah, they always say government is a continuum, right? So which means now, every mistake that was made before, these people should have learned about it and studied it because they're studying, right? They're studying to come into power. So this whole movement of trying to recreate, you're recreating what we already know. I'm seeing people talking on television, talking about things that their granny tell them and all that, about farming and all that. They heard it from the granny, but these new technical process that they haven't revisiting the same concept. But I'm saying there's a reason why they do. They understood back in the day that cocoa, for instance, it have a ripe peak. So when you get it at the right time, the tone of the beans and stuff, the flavonoids and all that is at its maximum. That's why the 7 days cure and all that. These individuals saying they went to a workshop and understood now that okay, well, there's some science behind it, and that is why they used to say it back in the day, but they understand the technical feat. What? Well, if there's too much condensation in the air, that could affect your drying time, unless you have a control drying. It's simple, rudimentary stuff that they put in, and they're making it seem like they're doing something so great from a continuum, you're saying. So what's about all the stuff that was there before that they just have to add up on? They're making it seem like they're rewriting the script, and we don't need to rewrite the script because we've done made the mistakes before. Just connect from what was done if we really truly want to help Greens. I'm tired of all the BS stories, bro. I'm tired of my people just sitting back and going on like, yo, but people hurting out here, family. People hurting out here, bruv.
Meanwhile, certain people fattening the pocket.
Fado. Yeah, but those things, the pockets got to feed everybody because people don't go lead up. It have individuals that would not kick back on one side and see the grass greener over there. I directly hear a program where a man say they could bring props so they could use a flag, but they can't bring a house. And I find also I find the fact that he used house was crazy. So I don't know if you could use a flag with a house on it, but you can't bring a house as a prop. BS, bruv.
They want a flag at the house I could give them, eh?
Fadu, these guys are miss. I'm missing, man. Yeah, these guys are a miss, bro. Trust.
Yeah,
serious, brother.
Bless up, brother. You'll get a call. You'll get a call by tomorrow.
Yeah, bless up.
Great, thanks. 440-7377. I've already sent your number. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, make sure you call and you understand. We move in, you understand?
Move it. Yes, we move it. Move it. And then we move it.
Yes, indeed.
Move it. Yes, we move it. Don't stop.
I find like some are little okay, calling here is one thing. But I find like some people that are afraid to call like other programs and say it as it is. Yeah, call it out for what it is. Young people, middle-aged people, you know how many people. Every time I go into St. George, and I don't go into St. George as regularly as I used to before. Sometimes, in fact, for this month, it has basically been once a week yeah, that I've been into town. I don't usually before I would be in town Monday to Saturday. You'd see me in town. But for the last month or so, it has been a situation where I'm into St. George once a month. And even then, and even with moving around, where I do move around, you have people always coming up to me, I'm listening and I'm listening. I can't call. I had the child going to MCC. Afraid the police look at something that she get in. Yeah? Or I have the child that going in SGU. My eldest going in SGU. And I don't want to jeopardize anything, so I can't call, but we there with you. We listening every night. Yeah? Or the people that say, listen, I've asked for assistance for housing, and I ain't get it. Afraid if they hear my voice. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a statement here because I find out that is real proposition. Since October, September, I've done some work with government cutting up wood in people's land and thing, and there is how much money going, and I can't get money.
Wait, brother, you said since September, we in January, we nearly end in January this week, We end in January this week.
That I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. So check the amount of months going.
So let me ask, did you bring in all the documentation that they asked for? You brought in everything they tell you bring in, everything like that?
Everything is inside. Every time I check, they say me the paperwork slow.
But I sure their paperwork to get a salary in slow though. But how come your paperwork between September to now? That's totally unfair, man. Come on.
Nobody on the area where I work get paid.
So because it's a situation where is lumber you go and cut and you go and clear up area and think they find they shouldn't pay you? Come on, man. Nah, that is and which ministry is that specifically?
I done the Northwest, St. Andrews Northwest district.
Okay, so the MP for St. Andrew Northwest, I'll know who that is. Number 10, number 2, whoever let us call her. Deal with the situation.
Oh boy. What?
Okay, brother. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, just take it easy, brother.
All right. No, it's absolute nonsense. September? No. And let me clarify something because I think I may have made an error earlier. 2 errors I may have made earlier. 1. They cannot use, let me make it clear, this government cannot use that the budget was not read as an excuse not to pay people. The Public Finance Management Act, and you often hear me speaking about the Public Finance Management Act. The Public Finance Management Act makes a provision for 25% of the last budget that you can utilize until a budget is read. In other words, if your last budget was, let's say, $10, you could at least use 25% of that $10. You could use $2.50, right? You could use that until the next budget is read. So you could utilize up to that. So there is a provision that you can utilize to spend to pay people like the man who can get paid since September. To pay people like the road workers who since October ain't get their money. And November ain't get their money. And the other people like the contractors, etc., who have not received their money. There is a provision utilizing the Public Finance Management Act. So government cannot use the excuse that, hey, we do not have a budget, so we have to stop spending, we can't pay. The Public Finance Management Act that was put in place gives provision for 25% of the budget that was for last year to be used so that you could handle these payments. And so because it could be that budget didn't read because of a serious situation. Next thing you had a natural disaster or something that happened. Or you have a pandemic, some sort of thing that happened that prevents you from being able to do things in the way that you normally do it. The Public Finance Management Act gives you provision for that. Not because you have a lazy government. Not the people in the Ministry of Finance, not them. It's the same people that there used to be there under NNP. When they was there under NNP, budget would have done read long and they're rolling out thing. So you know that they could do it. Yeah? We are running every mouth on the people in the Ministry of Finance. I don't care which one of them don't like me. The fact is the fact. It's the same people that was there under the NNP, and they used to do the budget on time. So it must be the problem is the leadership. No, not the PS. The PS is the same PS that was there. But it must be the leadership, the cabinet of Grenada, the minister who is responsible or irresponsible in this case, because they have until the last day of March to read budget and they can't go past that. So budget most likely coming in the next few weeks. Because legally, they can't go past the end of March. If they go past the end of March, if I remember correctly, I think it actually triggers the fall of the government. They're actually out of office. If I remember correctly, something along those lines, that the Governor General might have to call it quit with them or something like that. Some sort of thing. I have to double check. But they cannot legally go past the end of March. They must have the budget before then. Yeah? So whatever reason, maybe they could tell the Grenadian people the reason tomorrow. Go tell the Grenadian people, whichever we doesn't believe most of all they say, you know. So, I mean, except for the Minister of Health, because he does admit that he ain't do nothing in the space of time he did. But we have to ask the question, what is the reason that we are still in holding pattern for our budget that should have been read end of November, early December? Why are we still in holding pattern for that? 440-7377, client phone lines, 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. You know, I like that picture. Let me show them young people again. I know it kind of hurting some of them, eh? But I'm sorry. We don't want to hurt your heart all the time. But, I mean, you understand? Let me show it. Let me pull up the picture again. Yeah, boy. Them young people looking nice. And you see all the photo like that. Let's pull up photo. Show all your youth convention. Show all your youth convention. That way we want. Show all your youth convention. That's what we want to see, man. Yeah, give us a little view of your youth convention. All right. And as I said, folks, tomorrow there is a parliament sitting that's going to be taking place tomorrow. Eh? Yeah, there's a parliament sitting that's going to be taking place tomorrow. And there's also an activity that's good. Where I put the thing, man? Nice. Yeah, let me pull up this thing here. Yeah, because we're making that lime. We're doing that. All right, nice, folks. Also, the new National Party. This Friday, they're having an after-work lime. It's going to be taking place at the NNP headquarters up in Tempe. All right, so it's going to be starting from 4 p.m. Of course, it's free entry. We ain't charging you to enter. Kind of thing is that. Come then, yeah. Bring your squad and come. All right, and food and drinks will be on sale. And indeed, you'll get to interact with the various members of the new National Party. I know the Utah members go be there. And the executive, the new executive go be there. And the old executive go be there. So come on out. It's the new National Party. They're having their after-work lime, and you know lime green, eh? Right, so they're having their well, no, sometimes, you know, when you ripe and the thing just fall off the tree, it might spoil quick. So when the green is, yeah, nice. So the after-work lime, that's taking place this Friday from 4 p.m. And indeed, food and drinks on sale, that's taking place in Tempe at the new National Party headquarters. Looking forward, yes, I'll be around, God's willing. Cammy always say God's willing. Yeah? Say, please God, right? Make sure and say. She always tell me that. Miss Jacob always tell me that kind of thing too. Miss Jacob, how you doing? I ain't seen Miss Jacob in a couple months and things. Miss Jacob, I hope everything going okay with you, eh? I don't have a number to call you. That is why you have not heard from me, and I'm not sure on your location. That is why I have not seen you. Except when you pass in tongue, I might get to see you. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. And you'd never know next week is Independence. Papa, yo.
Hello, Grenada. How you doing?
So apparently they say Independence this year dead. I know maybe they spend, up to now we know how much they spent last year, but you know.
Listen. February 7th.
But before I get fully into that song, there's something I was going to raise and I took a call. And let me raise it right now. Can anybody explain to me why our parliament building is in rainbow colors? Let me ask that again. Any of you that outside right now, that pass right now, that have a view of the parliament building right now, can you explain to me why for the last 30 or so days our parliament building has been in rainbow colors. Yeah? Coming up to the independence previously, the new National Party would bathe the building in the colors of Grenada's national flag, red, green, and gold. So you would have the lights shining on the building, and the building would portray the national colors. I don't know we have purple as a national color. I don't know we have pink as a national color. I don't know we have blue as a national color. So I'm simply asking, and maybe someone can inquire and explain as to why Grenada's parliament building is now highlighted in the rainbow colors. Because we know that rainbow colors carry a particular connotation. I have nothing against anybody and their lifestyle. People live how they want to live. I hate nobody. Everybody live how they want, and I ain't preaching hate towards anybody. But saying, if that is what we into now, tell us that is what we into now. Tell us if, well, no, we, you into that for yourself. I ain't into it. But if that is what we into, let us know. Yeah? So we simply want to know. If we are celebrating something, tell us that we're celebrating that, and that is why our parliament building right now, if you go outside now, if you're in town right now, you're passing, you will see it. That is why our parliament building is in rainbow colors. I do not know that Grenada's national color, one of our colors is blue. I do not know that one of our colors is purple or pink. I ain't no orange. I ain't know our parliament. I'm trying to understand it. It's just not clicking with me. There's some level of misunderstanding within my brain because I cannot understand the reason that our parliament building has been highlighted for the longest while now in rainbow colors. I think Independence Day is what? Independence Day is next week, Friday, isn't it? So I would think that if you are doing something and if you're going to, don't go and play a little turn off the light now and I videotape it already. So, I will talk after I videotape it. So, now I can't pull it up. I'll pull it up tomorrow for you all. I can't take it off where I have it now. So, I'm saying that if you are doing that, at least tell us the reason that our parliament building in rainbow colors now. Tell us, let us know. We hear in talk. We don't know. And we are saying, don't hate anybody because Chris Rock or one of them say it in the thing. Anytime you hate somebody, they does end up in your family. You're so careful who you're hating. Because when you play you're hating people and all them kind of thing, exactly where you hate does end up in your family. So don't play hating people. Don't hate people because they live a particular way or they have a particular lifestyle or they into a certain. Don't hate people because of that. Love them. We are all human beings. Love them. Yeah? But I'm saying, if we as Grenada into something now, tell us we into something. So we parliament building. The place that all laws are made, lit up in these colors, and there must be a reasoning behind it. As I said, under the new National Party, it was in green, it was in gold, and it was in red. The colors of Grenada's national flag and our official national colors. Right now, what I see in there, that ain't Grenada's national colors. Right? Okay. All well and good. Oh, the painter built the Ministry of Tourism in Carriacou pink for Mr. Pinky. Whoever do that in Carriacou, that person bad-minded. They know the man name is Mr. Pink. They will go. They paint the Ministry of Tourism in Carriacou pink. Whoever do the man, now they're wicked. 440-7377-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the. I say don't hate nobody. All right.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey partners, me know what you know. But I'm a real Grenadian. Listen this.
Just trying to make sure I get something here. Yeah. 440-7377.
When all Grenadians should remember Sir Eric Machugeri. Eric formulated a plan, took it to the Queen of England. When he returned, Grenada gained no independence. So
your answer and let me know why it's in them colors. And I'm trying to find out.
Just join with me and celebrate everybody. Show them your flag, show them your flag. Put it up high and say happy anniversary. Lovely is my country. Everybody show them your flag, show them your flag, show them your flag and say happy independence. To all Grenadians while we jumping up and waving that flag.
Yeah, we have Parliament Day tomorrow, so I want to know, yeah?
Anthony George, he is the man that designed the flag for we. Right now we say thank you, Georgie, for what you done for this country. Come and take a bow, you have the best design in the world.
Yes, indeed. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Good night. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah. What I want to remind people of, do you know that the first national flag had blue in it, the color? Because that we had even the anthem of Grenada had changed, you know. The first anthem was Hope of Our Future, Land of Us Today. And the first flag was, I think, is red. The colors red, green, and blue. That was changing somewhere in the early 60s. So the national flag before had blue in it also. So they were trying to bring back that then.
All right, my brother.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so very much. I've heard you. Thank you so very much, my brother.
Right,
Okay, all right, thanks. Yes, indeed. Yeah, tell us. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know why our parliament building. Yeah, we want to know. Now, let's thought I would not show it. Nah, it's that kind of man. You know, I will show it. We want to know what really taking place. Because anybody could tell me if those are our national colors. Are those our national colors? Just let me know if those are the national colors of Grenada. Because that is what the building is right now, eh? Yeah, that is that is how the building is there now. So let us know if we have changed our national colors, if we are celebrating something that we didn't know about. Tell us now, we want to know. Yeah, just tell us a little. Somalia doesn't be out in the night, so you know, right? And Somalia not here in Grenada. So let's know if there's a specific reason that we have lit our parliament building in those colors. Nice. Just that's all we asking. We don't ask so much here on talking points. We're just asking about that. Nice. Right. Yeah. So we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello. Good night.
Hello. Good night.
Good night, caller. Go
yes,
right ahead.
I just two things I want to say. Can we just ask our Attorney General what it's that color mean? Because I remember in the referendum, how she went and reeve on a certain amendment that was trying to change. And she ran she mouth so much about that. So can we call on the Attorney General to explain to us what does this mean to us now? What does this rainbow color mean to us now? That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. No, that is not Mount Gay. That is Mount Royal. That is not somebody else. That is not Mount Gay. That is Mount Royal, right? That is not Mount Royal. That's Parliament Building, as I just call it, the Nutmeg Palace. So yeah, somebody else is on the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Quick question. So the U.S. had started the deportation of persons within the U.S. to many countries around the world, and for some reason, Grenada name came up as part of that. My question is, who's keeping an eye on the persons that's coming in? Because most of the people that's being deported right now, it's criminal gang bangers and stuff like that.
Caller, you're asking a very important question. Just today, I saw a post by an individual, and they were saying that we need to be careful with some of the people that are being sent back. I'm not saying all of them. They are our Grenadians. They're coming. If they're being sent back, we understand. I'm hearing some things about some people that actually Grenadians are calling the people on Grenadians. I'm hearing all that kind of thing taking place. But that aside, you're raising a very important point. how does the security apparatus in Grenada deal with the individuals who are coming back who may have criminal past and intentions? It's a very important question. A very, very important question, caller. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. I'm saying that is a very important question. I'm glad that you did raise it.
So my thing is that, is there any government officials that's going to be informing the public as to who is coming in and what are their background? Are these individuals, why were they being or they're incarcerated in the first place? So when they come here, people can keep an eye on them, because these folks, they don't want them here in the U.S. So you're sending them back there, they can create havoc over there.
And the thing is, and I think we need to make that clear, because we don't want some people to come back and be unfairly treated. Not everyone that's being sent back are criminals. We've seen that in some of the deportations that have taken place thus far. Not everyone that's deported. Some people, they just don't have the proper paperwork back in Grenada. Some have been involved. But the thing is, we need to find out if any sort of communication is taking place between the Royal Grenada Police Force and the U.S. authorities. So they say, okay, we're sending back these people. This person is dangerous. This person has been involved in whatever. You need to keep a special eye on that person. Or this, I don't know if that is taking place. So if it's a case that the U.S. is just going to, because pretty soon the planes will be coming through the Eastern Caribbean as well. They're making the pickups and they're going to be coming through, and it might be sooner than we think. These planes will be coming through the Caribbean as well, dropping off at each island groups of individuals that include within those groups of individuals that need to be monitored closely.
Yes. And not only that, I heard something like, if the country that they're from don't want to take them, they're going to drop them in Grenada. I'd be like, wait a minute, that can't happen.
We were hearing that last year. The present administration have said that they don't know anything about that and it's not going to take place. But remember what just happened over the weekend with Colombia. Colombia said they're not taking back the people. And they blocked the planes from landing. The president of the United States simply said, okay, 50% tariff. No, he said 25% or 50%. And he was going to raise it by a further 25% by next week if they continue. Colombia back off one time. So what if, and they cancel the visas of the entire executive of Colombia. So the president down, they cancel everybody US visa and the visa of their family members as well. So they get rid of their US visa, their family members' US visa, and they impose visa restrictions on Colombia. Colombia just back out one time. They say, no, okay. we send a lot of stuff to you all send stuff to us, but they can't survive that. So they had to back off and allow it. Now, with Grenada, with the type of leadership that we have, we barely here anyway to fight for anything for us, but the type of leadership we have here, does anyone think that they are able to stand up to that sort of thing? Are they able to sit and negotiate and say, no, let's do this in a different way, or let's do this in a proper way? Right now, Grenada has very, very weak leadership. In fact, I kind of shudder to call it leadership because it is a lack thereof. Yeah, caller? But it's a serious situation, and you've raised actually an issue there that in itself deserves a whole program, to be honest with you. In and of itself, it deserves its own program. And it is something that, remember, even if you fly back criminals to another island nearby, like you fly them back to St. Lucia, or you fly them back to Dominica, or you fly them back to St. Vincent, these criminals could still end up down here, you know. And,
absolutely.
And the other situation is this. How do you treat with a person that went to the United States when they were about 3 years old, a couple months old, 5 years old? They were not born in the United States. They are sent back to Grenada and they have absolutely nobody here. You know, there are people like that, right? Who are living in the States.
Yeah.
Their parents die, grandparents gone, they have no brothers, sisters. You're sending them back to Grenada. They don't know anything about Grenada. They don't know anybody here. And you're just dumping them back here to become what? Vagrants on the streets? You think they're going to become vagrants on the streets, or they're going to start to do what they used to do over there to make a living?
Exactly. That's the reason why I
yeah. Well, we know it was. Thank you so very much, my brother, and we'll speak again soon. As I said, this one, that particular issue deserves its own show, man. You could do a whole show on just that one. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Have a blessed one.
Same to you. Yes, indeed. 440. Leave my partner Flint alone. Just do it. Leave my partner super flying Flint alone. Somebody that message me. Leave Flint alone. 440-737-7347-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Once again, for those of you in the back of the class who didn't get to see it or who just joining the program and so on, we are simply asking the question, what taking place with the Parliament building? What's up with the colors? Is there a specific reason? Is there a specific signal? Is there something that we supposed to know that we don't know? We want to know. Yeah, what's going on with the Parliament building? We have our call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Scott. What up, man? How you doing?
I'm quite fine, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. Thanks for asking.
All right.
I have a question. I have a question for you, Carriacou, Grenada, and Petit Martinique, and the rest of the listeners around the world. As you know, our PM is never around. And acting as PM is Andy Williams, correct? So now, I have a question for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. If the PM leadership is questioned, and someone lesser and more questioned is Andy Williams. So now, does Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique trust Andy? Like, that's the question I really want to ask. And it's funny to me because now, how are you going to put someone there that's questioned in the first place? And if you research his background carefully, you will see that he has no qualities of leadership, no experience, and just do the research. That is my concern, So I'm very frightened for this country as a citizen right now. And I have no trust in the government whatsoever. And I definitely think he's not fit based on qualifications and based on experience. And the next thing, Sheldon, there is a man in Livera, in Sutter's area, with a little red car, driving around, spreading propagandas on social media and street level about the Honorable Emmeline Pear. I just want to ask him this question. Based on qualification, who is more capable of leading this country? A, Honorable Emmeline Pear with all her achievements and qualification, or B, Andy Williams, Andy Ken Mitchell with lesser credentials? With that point said, thank you for listening and have a great night.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother. And I think there was a call a while ago. Let me see if I can get... no, I missed it. 440-737-7347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, and we quickly running out of time tonight. Yeah? And that's why I go ask the question. Let me ask the question. Seriously, what this thing is about? What that is about? Let me play the independence tune in the background and see if that kind of working along with it. Let me try a thing there. All right, we'll pull a song there. All right, let me see if that the lights working together with that, right? Nice.
Hello, Grenada. How you doing? Hey, partners. Me know what you know.
Nah, I ain't find out working with that, nah.
A real Grenadian. Listen this.
That ain't looking very independence-ish for me, yeah?
This is a special day when all Grenadians should remember Sir Eric Mantugeri. Eric formulated a plan, took it to the Queen of England. When he returned, Grenada gained no independence, so the vex and stretch him out.
I know orange as a national color. No, I never even. No. If it's not the Netherlands, I know the Netherlands, I think, is who has used that thing here.
Anytime the anthem play, and don't procrastinate. Just join with me and celebrate everybody. Show them your flag, show them your flag. Put it up high and say happy anniversary. Lovely.
Yes, indeed, folks. We're gonna have to end it right there.
Show them your flag and say happy independence. To all Grenadians, well, we jump.
Yes, indeed. And tomorrow night, we've got a couple guests on, not one. We're trying about 2 or 3 on with us tomorrow night. Nice. We're trying something new tomorrow night, yeah?
Right now, we say thank you, Georgie, for what you done for this country.
Yes, indeed.
How you have the best design in the world. Everybody show them.
Yo, gosh, now I see all the phone lines ringing. I see overseas local line and WhatsApp ringing, but we can't take it. We're out of time, folks. And you know I must move one time, huh? So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here with us tonight. Each and every one of you for being here with us tonight on Talking Points. It's always a pleasure having you here with us. And in everything you say and everything you do, do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. And again, when you go to bed tonight, keep our sister Cami in your prayers. Keep everybody in your prayers, but say a special one for our good sister Cami. All right? That's all the time we have for tonight. I am out. See you tomorrow. Well, from 6 o'clock, remember, you've got Prince is on. Royalty James with the Classroom from 6 p.m. tomorrow. So look forward to that one. And then tomorrow night from 8 p.m., Talking Points on a Tuesday. And we've got some exciting guests that are going to be on with us. We look forward to that as well. I am out.
Hello, Grenada. How you doing? Hey, partners. Me know about you know. But I'm a real Grenadian. Listen this. February 7th is a special day when all Grenadians should remember Sir Eric Matthew Gary. Eric formulated a plan, took it to the Queen of England. When he returned, Grenada gained no independence. So the vexer stretch him out. He was a champion without a doubt. We must now appreciate the good thing Uncle done. So let us stand up now with attention. Anytime the anthem play, and don't procrastinate. Just join with me and celebrate everybody. Show them your flag, show them your flag. Put it up high and say happy anniversary. Lovely spice country. Everybody show them your flag, show them your flag, show them your flag and say happy independence. To all Grenadians, well, we jumping up and waving that flag. We must not forget Mr. Anthony George. He is the man that designed the flag for we. Right now we say thank you, Georgie, for what you done for this country. Come and take a bow, you have the best design in the world. Everybody show them your